Okay, we're gonna take a look now at condensing. I like to think of expanding, I like to go product, quotient, then power rule. And condensing, I like to go reverse. I almost like to deal with my power rule first and then do my quotient rule or my product rule second. So I like to get rid of my powers, or use my power rule, I guess I should say, first. So with that being said, let's take a look at this. So remember, condense, we want to make smaller. Our single goal, if you really want to think about it, is to have one log. Okay, you just want to see that word log just written one time, and you know you've condensed it down to probably everything it can be condensed down to. So with that being said, take a look at this one. Now notice that I have this 4 in front. So we're going reverse of expanding. So if I look at it, I see this row right here. It has the P in front. Notice it comes back to its top. Same idea, same thing. We would not touch the first. It's going to be the log of 7 plus the log of 3 to the 4th power. So you've taken care using your product rule. We're golden on that one, so we can scratch that one off. We're not going to use it anymore because we don't have any other numbers in front. Now, my next rule I ask myself is, I see that I have an addition sign. So I come over here and ask myself, which one has addition? Well, this one has subtraction. This one has addition, so I'm probably going to use my product rule, meaning I'm going to multiply the two things times each other. So we would write log of 7 times 3 to the 4th. Now, you could go ahead and solve that all the way out. Since it's actual numbers, if it was variables, we would just write them beside each other. So notice, in the end, I have one log, so I've condensed it down to 1. Now I just need to simplify this. Well, I would take 3 to the 4th power, and I would get 81. So 3 to the 4th power is 81, and then 81 times 7 is 576. So it gives me the log of 576. And you're done. Condensing, in my mind, I think is easier because you know your sole goal is to get it down to one log, and so you're done after that. It's kind of a quick check. Okay, kind of continuing on, we'll condense this one as well. I'll put my rules up there. This one looks 10 times harder, but I promise you it's not that bad if you just slow down and ask yourself, what rules are we using, and then we'll go from there. So the first thing I ask is, I look and I say, do I see my power rule being used? Meaning, is there something in front of these logs? And if you notice, we don't have anything in front of any of these logs in terms of number-wise. So I'm going to take all those reds away, just so you notice we're not using our power rule. But the next thing I ask myself is, okay, I see a lot of subtraction going on. I see a lot of addition going on. So how do I know which one to use? Do I use my quotient rule or do I use my product rule first? Just like you read in a book, I'm going to start my way here and work my way to my right. So start. Okay, so what I look at and I see a plus and a plus. So I know those 3 things that are in the plus signs, I'm going to be multiplying them. How do I know that? Because the addition sign right here tells me I'm going to have to use the product rule. So I am literally going to multiply x times 9 times this whole thing. So if you want to, on the side, you could write 9 times x squared plus 1, and this is just kind of doing side math. Then you distribute that through there and get 9x cubed plus 9x. All I did was I multiplied all of these values, like I said before, times each other. So then that gives me the log of 9x cubed plus 9x. I'm going to erase this to kind of clean it up a little bit. Oops, maybe. Okay, so now what does the subtraction sign mean? It means we're going to use our quotient rule. How do I know that? Subtraction tells me my quotient. So I'm going to be dividing by the log of 5. Now, a lot of people have a bad habit of leaving this like such, and it's never good to leave one log on top of another log. It's bad notation, and if you put that in your calculator, you would not get the correct answer. Those two logs come together to just make 1. So simply, you would write the log of 9x cubed plus 9x all divided by 5. And you could put the whole thing in parentheses to have great notation on that. Remember, our whole goal is to get this down to 1 log, which we do, and that kind of condenses everything down. Now you see how we use our power rules, our quotient rule, and our product rule to condense our logarithms. Hopefully this video helped. Next, do the little Nearpod activity to follow.